Here we go again. Ladies and gentlemen, yo, what's up? It's Coach Nick Money in the house with the one, the only, the D, the B, the L, Nick.
In the house.
And we've also got our special guest, because she's a special. She's the stock queen. You know who she is. She's DBL Moms. And we are ready for the show. And as always, you know that we're not financial or stock advisors. And this is not stock or financial advice. This is just a show.
Hey!
You heard it again, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, if you're not subscribed on YouTube, do what this gentleman says, please.
Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, as well as ring that bell icon to stay notified when new videos are uploaded. And remember to share.
Sharing is caring, ladies and gentlemen. Sharing is caring. And of course, if you're not following us on X.com, aka Twitter, it's at Coach Nick Money, at Coach Nick Money. And of course, you can follow us on Twitch.
At Coach Nick Money.
At Coach Nick Money. And of course, if you want to get on the hottest Discord that calls all the bangers all the time, pre-market, after hours, regular hours, and we run a real business, so we don't take breaks. You know, people take breaks. We don't take breaks. There's no breaks when you're hustling. We're hustling. Okay, we got a special 99 cents for 7 days. 7 days, and then $39.99 for our Discord. Check it out. The link is in the description and pinned to the comments. See that, Doubles? I did it myself. All right, let's dig right into what's going on in the stock market this morning. There's going to be a lot of federal. I think the Fed is talking today, so the market is a little on the choppy side. DBL, a little choppy, but there have been some runners, ladies and gentlemen, and of course we got them. We got them runners. The first one that ran 102% pre-market was GETR, 102%. It's a little bit of a thick stock with its float, A little thick, I mean, but still ran 100%, 57 million shares, but it is a very inexpensive stock at 28 cents, and had news that it got $50 million in additional financing, and it obviously ran up to 0.4199, as you can see on the screen. Let's get that graffiti pencil out. Graffiti pencil, wrong pencil, new pencil, this pencil. 0.4199, and then retraced. Obviously heavy float, but it did form this descending wedge, and it looked like it was coming back, and now it seems to be going back down to roughly just above the 200 EMA. Let's see if this is actually a descending wedge or if it's a falling knife. We do have the VWAP at around 33 cents right over there, so we will be keeping an eye on GETR. It does have news, and we just got hot on the presses from DBL Moms. You know, she's typing up a storm over there. CTMX with news, DBL Moms. Yes, it does have news. Reports first quarter 2024 results and provided an initial CX904 phase 1 clinical data update on May 8th, 2024. Heavy float, 63 million. Not a lot of volume, 4 million, but it's up 90%, ladies and gentlemen, 90%. Let's get rid of some of these old drawings. Let's get rid of some of these old drawings and create some new drawings. Let's go right here. Old drawings out. Out with the old, in with the new. Ladies and gentlemen. It is continuing to move, and it is now up 98% on relatively low volume. 100%, ladies and gentlemen. This is a second bagger of the day for us. Obviously, we had GETR that ran parabolic, 102%, GETR, and now we have the one, the only CTMX, which has run 100%, and of course it is a little bit on the thick side with its float, a little thick on the float at 63 million shares, but It's up now, 90%. It pulled back. You got that long top tail. We don't like long top tails.
We like the
Bottom tails, but it seems to be trying to regroup. It is certainly overbought on the RSI. You could see it right over here, and you have a lot of big, juicy green candles over here, but you got your first red candle as it starts to pull back, and I guess that would be a healthy response by a parabolic move, that it should pull back a little bit. So let's change the time frame to 5 minutes. Take a look at it, because it did have a nice move. So let's see. We want it to stay above $3. Above $3. Let's see if it stays above $3. That's the objective. That's the goal. Let's zoom in a little bit. And maybe we change it to a 15-minute, get a little bit more of a different type of perspective. So on the 15-minute, we see that there's a pretty large top tail. And it is pulling away from $3. That's a good sign. Let's go down to the 5-minute, see what it looks like on the 5-minute. It's still a red candle. It's trying to form a bottom tail.
We like the bottom.
We like bottom.
Tails.
Bottom.
Tails.
Bottom.
Bottom tails.
We like the bottom tails.
Bottom.
That's what's good. The bottom one. They're juicy. Juicy.
Tails. Oh.
Here it goes. Does it turn green? Does it turn green? We got 35 seconds left on this candle, the 1-minute candle. Does it turn green? 310. Again, it's holding support at $3. That's a good sign. Let's go a little bit longer term. Let's take a look at what it looks like on the 20-day chart. Okay, not much to garner from the 20-day chart. Let's go to the 180-day chart. Not much to garner from the 180-day chart. Let's go to 1 year. 1 year. Now you start seeing something over here. So we have some drawings on the 1 year. Let's go ahead and zoom in and create a couple of more drawings on this particular stock. Which is now at $3.20. $3.20. And that is way up here, ladies and gentlemen, way up here. So we do have potentially blue skies on CTMX. 85% at this point. Let's go back to the 1 minute. 1 minute, gray skies right after 286. Let's go ahead and put a line right there. 286. Let's go to the 1 minute. Let's take a look at it. And it is certainly above the 286 mark, which would be right around here. Right around here. We could put a little alert there. At or above, at or below. Let's switch it to that. Okay, so it's above this mark right here. This mark right here creates blue skies. It's staying above $3. It's losing some momentum, obviously. It had a parabolic move. It is a heavier floated stock at 63 million shares, so it's always going to be more difficult to hold its price. It's always going to need more volume. Let's take a look at what the volume is right now. The volume right now is only 6.39 million shares on a 63 million float stock. So there's not a heck of a lot of volume, and it moved up parabolic on that. And again, it was on a report of first quarter 2024 results, and it also provided an initial CX904 phase 1A clinical data update on May 8th, 2024. So that's coming up. So buy the news, buy the rumor, sell the news, maybe. So we're going to keep an eye on it. If it holds up over $3, maybe we see a round 2 on this sucker. But let's see what else is happening. Ladies and gentlemen, sharing is caring. If you don't mind, please do share. Let's take a look at some of the other stocks that ran earlier today. Pally had a nice parabolic run. It ran approximately 60%, something along those lines, and has retraced since that. Pally had news. Its news was that it demonstrated potent anti-inflammatory effects in ex vivo study of whole blood samples, challenges with pro-inflammatory lipo blah 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 blah, whatever that means. Okay. Here's the bottom line. The float is only 836,000 shares, and so far we have 2.4 million volume. So we will be checking this out. Let's see if it forms. Could it form a double bottom? Let's clear this chart out a little. Let's clear out the old markings that we have here. Yeah. Actually, you know what? We'll clear out the new markings too. Let's clear this up. Clear the chart up. Let's clear it up. Boom. Okay, we cleared the chart up, and again, we've got potentially a bottom over here and a bottom over here. I'm going to touch the bottoms with my graffiti pen. Hey, it's just a chart. I'm allowed to touch its bottom. Look, This could potentially be a double bottom, which would be a reversal for a bullish move. Let's see, 5 minutes. Let's see what the 5 minute looks like. The 5 minutes looks like this. Let's zoom in a little bit. Maybe with the 5 minutes, we might have something like this. Maybe something like that. Let's say something like that. Maybe something like this. Maybe a descending wedge. Maybe on the 5. Maybe. I mean, it has to prove itself. It doesn't have a lot of volume. It is forming what looks to be a double bottom, but it is below VWAP. Right here is VWAP. VWAP is right there. Let's change the graffiti pencil. And draw a line where VWAP is. VWAP is at 884. 884. We will come back to you later, Pally. You need to be our pally. And of course, we did a video yesterday on IMCC, a cannabis stock, and it went parabolic earlier and went parabolic yesterday in after hours, and this morning it was up, I think, 70% roughly, but it had consolidated in this channel. Let's go ahead and change the graffiti pencil to over here, and you can see that it was in a channel and has broken down below that channel, so we need to see it come back. If it's going to come back at all, come back over here. And obviously a lot of these cannabis stocks are moving because of the news of the impending change. The impending change, Doubles. The government is impending on changing the classification and easing up on the classification of cannabis as a drug. The DEA. Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. All right, so a lot of these stocks did that. We also saw Canopy Growth, CGC, also run parabolic in after hours yesterday, over 100%, which is quite a feat considering that CGC is a rather large floated stock at 66 million shares, okay? And of course, this was all, I'm presuming, based on the news that came out that the government might be easing its classifications regarding cannabis. Okay, so that's the story about the cannabis stocks. Also, we want to take a look at AGBA. AGBA is curling back up to a zone right over here. Let's go ahead and put the graffiti pencil out there. Let's go over here. This is a significant resistance and support area right over here, and we want to see it break this. Again, this is the company that is owned, is merging with Triller, and I think Triller is involved with bare knuckle fighting, and I think there was news yesterday that bare knuckle fighting now has a new partner in the way of MMA fighter Conor McGregor. The one, the only Conor McGregor. So we had that nice big spike-a-roon yesterday. So let's see what happens today. Ladies and gentlemen, today. Let's keep on moving. Let's keep on grooving. Let's take a look at ALCE. It is a SPAC, if I remember correctly. ALCE moved a little bit, and it pumped, and it dumped. There you go. Pump and dump. Okay, so we're going to keep on moving. We're going to keep on grooving. We're going to take a look at Root, ROOT. I think Root may also be another cannabis play. Not very schmexy per se. I would have to say we probably are looking here at a shoulder. Maybe a shoulder right here. A head over here. And a shoulder with no volume. And that would be a bearish type of a pattern, indicating a bearish reversal. We don't like bearish reversals. We also like bottom tails. We don't like top tails. We like bullish patterns, like double bottoms, so we can do things with them. Yeah. You know, we could do things with them. CTMX, let's take a look at CTMX. CTMX is still holding above the $3 mark, which is right over here, and it is starting to break away at the 325 mark. Let's put some more alerts here, a couple of more right over here, maybe. Right over here, we'll put this alert right over here, so it's performing pretty decently. We want to see it over the 326 mark. Next resistance level will be at about $3.38, 37 cents, and it looks like it might be doing an A, a B, a C. So let's draw that A to the B. Could it be to the C? And can we get it to the D? We want it to go up there. That's what we're looking for. Let's zoom in a little bit. Will it give it to us? We need some volume. We certainly need some volume. And again, this is a thicker floated stock, CTMX, and it had positive first quarter 2024 results, and also Phase 1A clinical data. Phase 1A usually is not that schmexy. You usually want to see at least a Phase 2, and Phase 3 is even better. But there's not that much volume today, ladies and gentlemen, so maybe it's not so bad. We'll come back to this one. We're going to come back to this one. We'll see. We'll see how it's doing. Let's check out AKAN. That was another, I believe, if I remember correctly, another cannabis play. And it popped, and I believe it dropped. So let's take a look at it. Oh, no. It looks nasty. Oh, no. It looks nasty. If I get my graffiti pencil, you could see that there was clearly a shoulder, a head, and a shoulder over here. Kind of irregular, but you can see what I'm talking about. And it resulted in this happening right here. So this is a trend downward. We need to see it break this trend and pop up to see if it actually will start becoming bullish again. But so far, it's below the trend. And, of course, we got VWAP at 13, almost 14 cents. So, AKAN, what have you done for me lately? GETR with news. GETR, it's a 20-cent stock, and it secured a $50 million financing loan. $50 million financing loan. Heavy float, 57 million. The volume's only 20 million, and we saw that it popped and it started to drop, and we drew a potential descending wedge. It looked like it was starting to reverse and become bullish, but right around the time it hit where the VWAP was, it started breaking down again, and it's still in a breaking down trend. So hopefully we will see a reversal with GETR. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go to Pally. Pally has news as well. Pally's a low floater. It had a double bottom on the one. I'm touching its bottom, doubles. I'm touching both bottoms. Hey, and it has the beginnings of a potential descending wedge. It is still under VWAP. We need some volume, baby. Pump up the volume on Pally. Come on, Pally wants to be your pal. Pally wants to be your pal. And again, it has news. Demonstrated potent anti-inflammatory effects in ex vivo study of whole blood sample challenged with pro-inflammatory lipo blah 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 blah. You try saying it. I'm not going to say it. Lipo blah 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 blah. Shut up, will you? Just tell me what the float is. Darn it. 836,000 shares. 836,000 shares. So it is a micro float, and it does have 2.59 volume, but it is not breaking through the VWAP. Let's take a look at what it looks like on the 5. Let's take a look at it on the 5. On the 5, it looks like this. Not very impressive yet. We want to see it start breaking towards VWAP and then breaking through VWAP. That's what would be nice. Do you want to be my Pally? Break through VWAP. Break through VWAP, and we can be Pallies. Hey, there you go. IMCC, again, another cannabis play, and it's still going below this resistance area of $1.17, so that's not good. What have you done for me lately, IMCC? What have you done for me lately? CTMX, back to you. CTMX, going to CTMX, and we were hoping for an ABCD. It has not happened yet. It is now just above the 9 EMA, and it looks like it could potentially break down doubles. We hope not, but that's what it looks like right now. We will come back to you, CTMX. What have you done for me lately? Next one on the list is TGTX. Let's see what's going on with TGTX. And with that one, no. You see, when you see stuff like this, doubles, this is a stock that I'm going to stay away from. I don't like that. That looks really nasty. Yeah. And it looks like we have, anyway, besides that, a shoulder.
A head.
Come on. Right there. A head. Oops. And maybe another shoulder over here. And that would indicate a bearish reversal. TGTX later. I'm out of here. We can't even talk. CTMX, back to CTMX. And it is now below the 9 EMA. And again, what have you done for me lately? GETX. Go look to GTER. Boom. And it still is pushing downward. How sad. How sad. How about POAI? POAI popped up earlier and then was fading away, and it is still fading away. And again, this area right here, you could see, is an area where there is considerable resistance. Let's get the graffiti pencil out so we can draw it fully so you can see it. This is a clear resistance area, and you can see clearly that the price action is starting to go downward. And of course, if I zoom in, you know what the problem is. It's barcoding, ladies and gentlemen. It's barcoding, which means it's not liquid. It may be a solid. It may be a solid. It may be a solid. What do we got here? What do we got here? Oh, somebody wants to see CAUD. CAUD. Let's go check out CAUD. Let's go look at it. CAUD. And it too is barcoding. Let's go into a longer time frame. It had news several days ago. Let's go to a 10-day time frame. 10-day time frame. And we can see where the price action moved up. Obviously, it had a high of 0.866, and since then it has been breaking down. It looks like it needs volume and it needs news. That's basically where we're at. Let's tighten up the time frame on it, and let's go to 20 days, see if that gives us more of a clearer picture. Pretty nondescript. It's in a consolidated mode, so let's go ahead and draw the consolidation. We've got this consolidated area right about here, and it needs to really break off up above 70 cents, I would say, and even better up beyond 70. Let's zoom in. Above 72 cents, so let's go ahead and do that. So we would want to see it break this area right here. It needs volume. And over here, not schmexy at all. Not schmexy at all. It had its heyday and has pulled back, but if we can see it break 70 cents and then 72 cents, we might have something to talk about with CAUD. CAUD. Let's go back to the 1 minute. 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. And let's go ahead and take a look and see what's going on with the leading runner right now, CTMX. Let's see if it's recovering. And there goes maybe the ABCD. Can it break? Can it break the 338 level? That's what I need to know. Let's bring the sucker up to 338. 338. Yeah. Boom right there. And boom right there, 338. Will it break it? Maybe it was too early to call it an ABCD, but now it's ABCDing. Hey. Where's the hay? So let's get rid of this. Let's clean this up a little. Let's clean this up. It's up 107%. Again, it's on the thick side, but sometimes we like it thick. Thick. THICC. Actually, I don't usually like my stocks thick. I usually don't want them thick. You know, sometimes we want them to be thin with the float. But hey, if it gives me the ABCD, finally, it's finally giving me the ABCD at 112%, and it's grinding and it's pushing, and it's pumping and it's pumping. Does it squirt past 350? Let's put a level over there. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put a level. If you're having fun, go ahead and share. Sharing is always caring, and we'll have more fun with more friends. Here you go. This is a level right now, and we did get what appeared to be an attempt at an ABC, but this could certainly also turn out to be a double top if it doesn't break the 350 mark, at which point it would become a bearish pattern. We don't like bearish patterns. We also don't like top tails. We like bottom tails. Look, like this one. This is a bottom tail. I'm actually tickling its bottom. Bottom tail. Come on. Bottom tail. Come on. It's still a top tail. We need volume on this. Again, CTMX is going to need a lot of volume because it is a larger stock float. Larger stock floats will need more volume to push it up. Push it up. So right now it's forming what looks like a double top, and it could be reversing bearish. Let's see if it supports at 338. Again, 338 was where it broke out. We needed it to break out. It did break out, but then when it hit around the 350 mark, it rejected. Again, CTMX does have news. It had positive report of its first quarter, and it provided an initial phase 1 clinical update, which is coming on May 8th. So buy the rumor, sell the news. The issue I have with this particular stock is that the float is on the thick side. Doubles. It's on the thick side. THICC. Thick. It's thick.
Price Antemo says It doesn't matter what mood I'm in when I wake up. Y'all make me laugh. Make it schmexy.
We're making it schmexy, baby.
Making it schmexy.
Thank you so much for the comment.
day.
Thank you very much. Okay,
Yes, sir.
so
Yes, sir.
we've got double tops over here forming. We don't like double tops. We like
got
double
double
bottoms.
bottoms.
And we like double bottoms and bottom tails. That's what we like. DBL moms, I like the bottom. Ow, ow, mom, ow,
Whoa,
easy.
whoa,
I'm talking about the
whoa.
stock, the
Easy,
candlestick,
take it
the
easy.
candlestick.
Take it easy.
The candlestick.
Take it
Ow,
easy.
Mom.
Take it
Easy. Easy.
Whoa.
This is turning bearish. I don't like this. Let's go to some other stock. CTMX, what have you done for me lately? You just got me beat up by my wife. Come on.
Mama Bear about a beat.
Oh, my God. She gave me a beating, son.
It's bearish and Mama Bear about to get the beating.
Pally is not being my Pally. We've got 4 minutes and 15 seconds to the bell. Hopefully volume will come in and we can see some rocking and we can see some rolling because this is certainly boring. But again, we do know that the Federal Reserve is going to be having meetings today, and that oftentimes creates a very choppy and slow market. It's also the
yeah.
first of the month.
It's the first of the month.
On top of that, so there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. But there have been runners already. We had GETR, which went well over 100%, and CTMX, which went well over 100% earlier today. And a lot of these stocks were called in the private Discord. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, we have a special.
The special.
We got the special. We got 7 days for 99 cents on our Discord, and then it's $39.99. Low price. Low price. And we get a lot of bangers a lot of times. We monitor from pre-market, regular hours, and after hours. We are the hardest and best hustling Discord in the world because we be hustling.
Every day I'm hustling.
Every day I'm hustling.
Let's
Back to
not
the
get
stocks.
copywritten. Let's not get
Back to the stocks.
Let's not get
Back
copywritten.
to the stocks. Okay, POW does not look good at all. It does not look good at all. So we're going to say no.
No.
Let's go and see if A Kane has recovered. And A Kane has, in fact, done a little bit of a curl. It broke this negative downward trend line right over here. We could extend it so you could see what's going on here. Let's change the time frame. It's moving towards VWAP. I like that. I like it a lot. I like it a lot, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go to the 5 minute. The 5 minute. Let's see what the 5 minute looks like. The 5 minute. It looks like it's forming maybe a double bottom maybe, or maybe a cup and handle right over here. So let's put a little bit of a graffiti drawing right here, right over here. And here, we're going to be looking at this area right here. If it starts to consolidate under VWAP, which is very common, it could be forming the beginnings of a 5 minute cup and handle bull pattern, and it could potentially also be forming a double bottom if it breaks out. A double bottom on the 5. On the 5 right here, and right here you could see the bumps, the bottom bumps. But you could also see that it has a top tail on the 5s, and we don't like top tails. We want bottom. We love the bottom tails, ladies and gentlemen. Now, there is a pullback happening on Pally, of course, because it's starting to hit resistance near VWAP. We will come back. It's actually not Pally, it's ACON. AKAN. I got confused with the stocks. AKAN. But we will come back to you later. Let's go to GETR. GETR, it had news and it ran and then it pulled back. Let's see how it's doing. It is a little bit on the thick side and it continues to drop and we don't like that. Okay, leading gapper is in fact CTMX. Let's take a look at what's going on with that. And of course, it has now formed, after the ABCD, it has now formed a double top, which is a rather bearish type of a pattern. And again, could be a signification of a flush. We don't like flushes. We want it to recover. Will it test the 338 resistance? Will it test 350? Or will it in fact flush down? This is going to be a critical area. It is in a consolidation mode, so we can get another graffiti pen out. 44 seconds before the bell. Let's go over here and give ourselves a little bit of consolidation right over here. So we need to see it stay above 315 and break 350. That is the zone.
That is the zone.
Not the auto zone, the stock zone. It's the stock zone, ladies and gentlemen. So those are the stocks that we're looking at right now. Let's see if we could see something else that looks a little more juicy, a little more appetizing.
Juicy.
Let's see, BCLI is moving up. 15 seconds before the bell, BCLI. Scantily clad volume. Scantily clad volume. Ladies and gentlemen, scantily clad volume. CTMX is what we're going to watch. Let's see what happens at the bell. It looks quite bearish with a double top, but will it surprise us? Here's the double top that I'm seeing right there. Boom, right there. See? And what I want to see is I want to see it break 340 and then 350 if it's going to move forward. We do have a large green candle that has just now turned red, so it should potentially flush based on what I'm seeing here, and that's kind of sad.
Yeah.
That's kind of sad.
That's kind of
Yeah, that's sad. It looks like it's going to flush. Maybe down to VWAP, maybe. Let's change the graffiti pencil and Leo Mark here, and we will come back later to check it out because it's not performing the way we want it to perform. AGBA is on the monitor. AGBA starts to curl, and again, we had indicated a significant resistance area which it has broken through right over here. Again, this company is going to be merging with Triller. Triller is a competitor of Tiki Taki. But more importantly, I think Triller is involved with bare knuckle fighting. And bare knuckle fighting just brought on Conor McGregor, the MMA star.
The one in the UFC.
The one in the UFC.
The one in the UFC.
As a owner.
As
an owner of the company. So we have movement again today, 20%. We called AGBA, I believe, back on April 18th when it initially announced news that it was going to be merging with Triller, and it's been paying off for quite a while. So if we take a look at a longer time frame, let's go back 20 days, and you could see that this stock has moved from lows below 50 cents and has made highs of $4.24. We got strong resistance at 416. We've got resistance here at the 343 mark, 373, and 389. Let's go into the 1 minute. Let's take a look at the 1 minute. 1 minute, ladies and gentlemen, and it seems to be pulling back. We'll come back to you later. It pulled back significantly and right at the resistance level. So again, this is a continuation play, and of course it's going to be choppy. Choppiness. Let's go to AKAN. AKAN, let's see what it's doing. AKAN is pulling back. Another cannabis play pulling back. That looks quite bearish. It broke the trend. It looked like it was forming a double bottom. It hit resistance. It bumped its head underneath the VWAP. It bumped its head. It's got a little kokoshkas, you know. And that's basically it. Let's see. We got TNXP that someone is asking about. TNXP. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. TNXP. Let's take a look at it. Ooh, no. Let's change the time frame. It looks like it is barcoding, which would be indicative of low volume. 1 hour would not really give us much information. Let's go to 30 minutes, and you could see it more clearly over here. Let's create some levels. You could see more clearly that there's clearly barcoding. Look at how predictable the bounces back and forth are, and that is an indication that there's very low liquidity, and that in fact it's the market makers that are creating the liquidity, and they create this barcoding pattern. It did move up within the past 10 days, but obviously on very low volume, and you have levels right over here that are going to be important. Let's zoom in a little bit. So some of the important levels are 18 cents, right around there, 18 cents, and 18.20 would be another key area, and then you could get some room from there. But again, not a lot of volume, ladies and gentlemen, not a lot of volume. Let's go and see if we could find another ticker. We're looking for another one. How about DJT? Trump Media is currently up 8%. Not very particularly schmexy. Not schmexy at all. No. We're going to go and take a look now at IMCC. Cannabis play. We did a video on it last night. It had its moment in the sun, as you could see over here last night at $1.62. And once again, it ran up over here in morning after hours, and it has been selling off below this zone of resistance, but it looks like it's trying to curl back up. So let's neaten this up a little. Let's get the graffiti pencil out. Let's go ahead and fill this area right here, and we could see that the next area of resistance is in fact 118, and you could see that it was barcoding, but now it's trying to pull back up, but again, not a lot of volume. So IMCC, we will check you out later. What have you done for me lately? RCKY, also on the scanners. Not a lot of volume. Not a lot of volume. See you later. TG, TX, TGGX, blah, blah, da. That one. Let's zoom in. And we can see that it had that shoulder, that head, that shoulder, and it sold off, and it tried to come back up and sold down. Does it have news? Therapeutic Jump says Q1 by Ruby sale top guidance. I don't know what that means. Massive float, 140 shares. Not schmexy. You're out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. Let's go to the leading runner of the morning, CTMX, and check in on it. And, of course, we saw that it had a double top right over here. And, of course, it had the sell-off. And, of course, we have a level of channel that it has now gone below. And now it becomes resistance. And, again, we need to see it get above $3.16 to start getting somewhat schmexy, 338, and if it breaks 350, but again, heavy floated stock, time for some coffee. I'm having coffee, not espresso. I decided to do a little change, little variation in my coffee beans, you know what I mean? Yeah.
We having a pasta?
No, I don't want any pasta. No pasta. No pasta. I prefer steak. Just saying. T-bone or ribeye? Ribeye all day long. Arr, ribeye. Arr. I'm gonna bite DBL moms. Gonna bite her. There we go. Let's see. What are we doing here? Pally. Let's check Pally. See if Pally became our Pally. I don't think so, but let's take a look at it. Selling off. No. How about GETR? GETR had its moment in the sun earlier. It's another heavy floated stock, and it too is selling off sadly. Again, we do know that the Federal Reserve is having a meeting today.
Yes.
And that oftentimes dampens the spirit of the markets, at least until after the meeting. So I think the spirit of the market is kind of dampened at this moment. Would you agree, DBL Moms? Would you agree? Yep. How about SRDX? That's another stock that hit the scanner. SRDX. Let's see what's going on with that. Ooh, it's kind of in the expensive side. $32.08. And not a heck of a lot of volume. Not a heck of a lot of volume, ladies and gentlemen. Not a heck of a lot of volume. Does it have news? General form for quarterly reports under Section 13. Blah, 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 blah. Not schmexy. Not schmexy.
Look at the RSI. It's oversold.
Yeah, overbought, you mean. Overbought, yeah. A walk's as good as a hit. That's what I say. CTMX, back to CTMX. If you want any other stocks looked at, let us know. And again, you could see over here, unfortunately, CTMX did form a double top right over here, and it has continued to sell off. It is trying to break VWAP. We wanted to stay above VWAP. We definitely wanted to stay above VWAP, and we want to see it get over 318. If it goes below VWAP, that could be a big problemo. That would be horrible. Horrible, I tell you. Horrible, I tell you. What have you done for me lately? What have you done for me lately? Okay, we got VCNX. That's also on the scanner. VCNX, and it is scantily volumated. Scantily volumated. So we're gonna have to keep on moving. AKAN. And it is trying its best. It's trying its best to do something here, but it failed on its double bottom. It failed on the cup and handle, and it sold off. So it's not really that trustworthy, and I don't think it has any other news other than it is a cannabis stock. And all those cannabis stocks ran hard yesterday. Now, I think this might be a cannabis stock as well, ROOT. And, yucky. Nasty, I tell you. BCLI, let's take a look at it. Not enough volume, ladies and gentlemen, not enough volume. It is quite upsetting. How about the one, the only SRDX is moving with very little volume, ladies and gentlemen. WISA's pulling up a little bit, but it's only up at 1.81%. That's not schmexy. That's not schmexy. We've got a pretty dry spell going on, ladies and gentlemen, but this is to be expected, doubles. We expect this. Listen, we had a nice little run yesterday with the cannabis stocks.
Yeah.
Okay, because of the news that came out that the government's potentially going to be easing up on the rulings of how severe marijuana is. Mary Jane is. Mary Jane. Okay. And then, of course, today we have the Federal Reserve that's going to have a meeting, I think, in the afternoon. So, of course, whenever the Federal Reserve has those meetings, oftentimes the market gets dampened. It's a little damp. A little damp, ladies and gentlemen. A little damp. So we're still waiting and watching, trying to find a ticker that looks good. A lot of heavy floated stocks. They are not my favorites. TMDX on the scanner. Let's take a look and see. Looky here. TMDX. Does it have news? Transmedic Group Inc. Q1 2024 earnings is currently up 24% with a float of 30 million shares. The volume is super low, under 1 million. It is moving up, but it's moving up very slowly on very little volume. Not terribly schmexy, but I tell you what is schmexy. Pally is now moving. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now moving. Will it validate the descending wedge? Will it validate this descending wedge reversal? The double bottom that failed? Would the double bottom that failed be vindicated? Is that the word? Vindicated. Vin Diesel. Will it be Vin Diesel? Or will it continue to find resistance at the one and only VWAP, which is right over here at $8.48. That's resistance. Will it break the resistance? Let's take a look at the 5-minute chart. Let's zoom in a little bit. Zoomy. And maybe we do a little bit of drawing. Could it be that the actual descending wedge would be over here? Instead, maybe right over here. Could this be the descending wedge? Could this be the descending wedge instead? Could it be that one? Could it be this one? This one right here? Could we have a descending wedge here? Could we have a reversal happening right now? Maybe we drew our first descending wedge a little too early. Could that be? It broke VWAP. We now are up 43%. It has just become the smexy stock of the morning. Not very smexy, but the smexy stock of the morning. It's coming up towards resistance right over here at $8.84. $8.84 is the resistance point. It's currently up 43%, almost 44%. Will it continue? We see a top tail. We don't like top tails. We like the bottom tails. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. We want some bottom tails. Tail. Little tail action. Come on. Give me a little tail. Give me a bottom tail. Break the resistance at 884. Not a heck of a lot of volume on this, by the way. Not a lot of volume on any of the stocks doubles. But the one good thing about Pally is that it does have news. Pally has the news that it demonstrated potent anti-inflammatory effects in ex vivo study of whole blood samples challenged with pro-inflammatory CTMX is making some noise. Let's see what's going on with CTMX. We'll come back to Pally. Oh, no. It looks really bearish. This might be the end of the story for CTMX. It needs to hold above 284. What have you done for me lately, CTMX? I'm going to my Pally. I'm going to hang out with my Pally. And we still have resistance at $8.84. Come on now. Little bottom tail action. Let's go to the 5-minute chart. 5 minute. And again, we still have the same resistance area right there, 884. We need to see it break 884. And then, of course, we will probably get some kind of a test at the $9 mark. $9. Can I have $9? $9. Ladies and gentlemen, can I have $9? Can I have a witness
Can I have a witness?
So we got a couple of areas of potential resistance over here. Let's go ahead and draw them out. Let's put our key levels out right there, and of course the high of the morning at 995, and it seems to be breaking the resistance area that was at 884. Will it continue to move up? This is the 5-minute chart. Let's take a look at what it's doing on the 1-minute chart. Ladies and gentlemen, it has a little itty bitty top tail, but we want the bottom tail. Will it give me the bottom tail? Only 289,000 shares being traded right now. The good news is that it is a very low float stock. It's currently up 47%, and the float is under 1 million at 836,000 shares. So the float is low. It don't need a lot of volume. It don't need a lot of volume. Currently, we have moved 6 million shares this morning. And again, this stock is under 1 million. So it's becoming more juicy and appetizing as we look at it. Yes, but we need some more volume. We need it to pump up. We need the volume to pump up. Let's take a look at the NAOV, which ran earlier in the morning. Briefly, not that much, briefly. Let's take a look at it, see what it's doing. And it is curling. It is significantly below VWAP. You can see that right there. Significantly below VWAP, but it is trying to curl, and it is under $1. So obviously it will be very volatile, very volatile. Back to my Pally.
Yeah, back to Pally.
Pally is in the house. Let's see. And Pally is now holding support at 884, which was resistance. And it looks like it might be giving me a bottom tail. Give me a bottom. I need volume. Pump it up, baby. Pump it up. We got all our levels here. Pump it up. 48%. Come on. Bottom tail. Bottom tail. Nah. You're not listening. You're not a good listener. There we go. Is it going to understand the assignment? Is it going to understand the assignment? Come on. Doji. Bottom tail. Bottom tail. It's trying. It's trying. It doesn't have a lot of volume. We're going to keep an eye on it and see if it can push over the 50% mark. And it didn't hold the 884 level. Let's see. It's still trying. It's still trying. It is very thick on the level 2. Very thick on the level 2. A lot of buyers and a lot of sellers. It's a battle between the bulls and the bears. The bulls and the bears. They're fighting. I tell you, they're fighting. They are fighting. They are fighting. And we do have a significant resistance area right here at 901. Significant resistance at 901. 901 is a significant resistance area, ladies and gentlemen, and that's where it was fighting and it rejected. So there could be shorts coming in here. If we don't see it get over 884 and over $9 with significant oomph, this could potentially flush doubles, and we don't like that. We don't like that, and it looks like it might be flusheroonie time for Pally. Pally, are you going to be my Pally or not be my Pally? Make up your mind.
To Pally or not to Pally?
To be a Pally or not to be a Pally? That is the question.
Nah.
We need to see it break 884 and 902, 901, 902, 901, significant resistance area. If it can't break through it, we could see a significant flush here. We could see a lot of shorts piling in at this level. So we'll keep an eye on it to see what's going on. There's not a lot of volume in it. So I would have to say that the Bears are probably winning this one. They're probably beating up the Bulls. The Bulls. The Bulls. But listen, it's staying above VWAP. It's staying above the 9. We're going to keep an eye on it. Let's see what happens. Maybe it's just a pullback and it's catching its breath. But the thing that hurts me inside, that really hurts me, is that the volume candles that are really big are red. They're red. But there is some positive things in the RSI in that it is not fully within the region of being overbought. So it is unclear. Could this be the makings of an ABCD pattern? Possibly. I'm not totally convinced, but I'm going to just draw it just because I want to draw it. That's an A to a B, a B to a C. I want to draw it. Can we see a C to a D, ladies and gentlemen? I mean, I'm not saying it's happening because it just didn't. That's because it just didn't. Pally, you're not my Pally. Later for you. Later.
What have you done for me lately?
CTMX. Let's go take a look at the leading gainer of the day. CTMX. And, of course, it had the double top over here. You can see the double top and how it sold off quite terribly. But now we seem to be curling back up, curling back up. Let's see what it looks like on the 5. What do you look like on the 5? Let's take a look at it. Take a look at it at 5. And on the 5, it looks like this, right over here. That's what it looks like on the 5. So it is trying to curl back up, back to the 1 minute. Let's take a look at the 1 minute. And could it be? Let's get the graffiti pencil out. Could it be, ladies and gentlemen? Could it be? Could it be? Maybe. We have a descending wedge, maybe, with a bull reversal. A bull reversal? Could that be? Could it be? Could we draw a trend line over here and see it stay above this trend line? That's what we want to see. We want to see it stay above this trend line, which would be roughly around the $3 mark. Again, that $3 mark has held as support for a period of time, but it also has held as resistance. If we go into longer time frames, we can see exactly what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Let's go into a longer time frame than that. Let's see if we can see it at the 4 hour. Nope. All right, we're gonna have to zoom in. Then I thought it was this stock, but maybe I got it confused with a different stock. Let's go to the 5 minute. Let's zoom in. And again, we're looking for it to stay above this trend line over here. And on the 1 minute, it would be more clear that you could see that it is currently not breaking through just yet. It was above it for a period of time, and now it is below. But it is still maintaining the 9 EMA, and CTMX is currently up 81%, but it was up almost 120% earlier, almost 120%. And this is the problem with these heavy stocks, heavy floated stocks. They have a hard time keeping their volume up and keeping their price up, ladies and gentlemen. It's always an issue. I want to take a look at Pally one more time. It's a low floater, and it did have some news, but, again, not very trustworthy. But let's take a look and see what's going on with it. And again, we see a very bearish pattern forming over here, a very bearish pattern. Let's go ahead and see. We do have this descending wedge here. It is currently below VWAP and not particularly sexy. Let's go back to CTMX.
Not particularly schmexy.
Not schmexy at all. And then we're getting closer to that 10 o'clock hour where volume generally drops, ladies and gentlemen. But we are looking at CTMX, and we can see that CTMX is toying and tickling the bottom of VWAP, trying to break through VWAP, try to get over the $3 mark, which is a natural resistance support area. $3, and it's currently at 304. We need to see it break through 304 and start really pushing up significantly. We can take a look and draw another trend line. Let's go and clean this up a hair. Let's clean this up a hair. Let's get rid of this trend line right here, and let's create another trend line. Another one, ladies and gentlemen, another one. Here's another trend line right here. We want to see it stay now above 305, break through 305, and then it gets into this zone over here, which we would get another graffiti pencil out so we can create that consolidation zone, which now acts as resistance to CTMX. So again, we've got strong resistance at 305. Up to 350. Again, it becomes a lot more schmexy if it breaks 350. But the first thing it's got to do is got to break that 305 region, to make it really schmexy. And it seems to be the best play out there right now, and that's not saying much. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not saying much. Let's go to AKAN, and we'll come back to CTMX later. AKAN. It's so painful. It's so painful to watch this. It does not look good. Okay, we are going to go to Pally. Let's see what Pally looks like. Oh, ouch. Pally is not your Pally. Okay, you do that and I just don't want to see you anymore. IMCC. IMCC is curling within the zone of resistance. Ladies and gentlemen, not a lot of volume, but it did have 2 parabolic moves, one late in after hours yesterday and one early in pre-market today. So let's go and get our graffiti pen out and draw this region. And this is a region that has been channeling. You could see that the price action has roughly stayed within this channel. And now we have 118 as support, and we have 136 as resistance. on low volume. Let's go to CTMX. We have an alert that just popped in. Let's see what's going on. CTMX is now up 113%. Ladies and gentlemen, it's testing. It's testing $3.50. And again, we want to see it break 350. 350. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a thick stock. It has a lot of float. A lot of float. It has a lot of float. We don't like that, but it did have a descending wedge. Let's go ahead and zoom in. Too much. There goes the descending wedge that it actually broke, and now it is at the resistance area of 350. We want to see it break through 350. It double topped earlier at 350 and came down. Will it have enough juice at almost the 10 o'clock hour when volume drops? Will it have enough juice to pierce through 350? I mean, we have a lot of lovely green candles in volume. It's starting to achieve the overbought area in the RSI. You can see that right over here. So will it actually push through? Again, the issue with this stock is it's a heavy floated stock at 63 million float. And the volume is only 43 million. But it has news on a phase 1 clinical update that's coming on May 8th. Buy the rumor, sell the news, maybe. And also Q1 results. Q1 results. Currently up 108%, and it's in the area of support right now of 338. We need it to stay above 338 and break the 350 mark. The 350. Let's get the graffiti pencil out. And this area right here is a key area of consolidation that it has been toying with. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been toying with this area right here. We need it to break 350. I'm going to put an alert at 350. Doubles, huh? No, I'm not even going to have to. Break it, baby. You can make it. Break it. Break the 350. Give us a new high of the day. Toying with it. Oh, come on. Bottom tail. Come on. We don't like the top tail. We want some bottom tail. Come on, baby. Break that 350. You know what? I should have drew the line. I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to draw an alert. 350. 350 is what we want to see break. Right there. Break the 350. Give us a ringy dingy. That you're going to break. Top tail. Top tail. It's respecting that 350 level. Ladies and gentlemen, respecting the 350 resistance. The resistance. But I want to keep an eye on it. Because it doesn't look like it's completely done. And yes, it is in the overbought region of the RSI, but there is a whole host of green candles here. So I don't know if it's completely done yet. And you can see that over here that it has gone excessively over the overbought area in the past during the day. And there you have it, $3.80, 129%. You saw it here. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're having fun watching runners, consider sharing, because sharing is caring, and it don't cost a dime. It don't even cost a nickel. It don't even cost a penny. It's free to share. Sharing is caring, and we are looking at 138%. Ladies and gentlemen, $3.90. Ladies and gentlemen, the thickness has come through. Hallelujah. The thickness CTMX has come through. Hallelujah. 138%. CTMX has not disappointed. Ladies and gentlemen, CTMX has not disappointed. And of course, it is in the overbought area. But you still have a lot of green candles here. Yep. Maybe another squirt over $4? Maybe. Could it be that it wants to squirt again? Will it squirt? It's losing some momentum. There goes the first red candle after a whole bunch of juicy red ones. But listen, it did squirt quite a bit. So it could pull back a little bit, catch its breath, smoke a cigarette, and go to the next level. Oh, maybe, just maybe. We're just saying. Does it go up? We're looking. We're watching. Hold on. Resistance at 390. You know what? It worked for me last time. I'm going to do it again. I'm putting an alert. At 390. Come on now. Give us another squirt. One more. Push. You could do it. Come on. Bottom tail. Double top on the one. No. 5 minute. Let's take a look at what the 5 minute looks like. And we got a top tail on the 5 minute. But it's still it's still holding out. It's still holding out. Let's go back to the 1 minute. And wait a minute. It's starting to regain itself. Hello, 137%, 137%. Give us a bottom tail. Bottom tail. One more little shot. Yes or no? Yes or no? I think it's got a little bit more in it. I think it's got a little bit more in it. Come on. Push. You got this. We need volume. We need volume. Ladies and gentlemen, we need some volume. No. You know what? Level 2 is starting to look a little yucky. I'm not loving what level 2 looks like. I need to see a bottom tail. I need the level 2 to get closer with the bid and the ask. I need to see more volume. That's 3 top tails, not particularly schmexy. All right, we could say that there is a channel here, and it is holding. Will it break 390? It's certainly trying. It's trying. Absolutely. Absolutely. And it broke this strong resistance area right over here. I'm going to get my other graffiti pencil out. My other graffiti pencil. Boom. Boom. So that was a channel that it broke right over here. And now there's another channel right over here. A small channel right over here. So could it be? Could it be that it wants to go? I don't know. A lot of top tails. Needs volume. Losing volume. It's 10 o'clock, ladies and gentlemen. So volume customarily drops right around now.
Yep.
Right around now. It starts to drop somewhat, so maybe it is done for the time being. But you know what? CTMX, I'm going to send you flowers. You were very schmexy!
Very schmexy.
Very schmexy at 138%. 138% on news of first quarter results and upcoming update May 8th on phase 1 clinical data. Clinical data on initial CX904 phase 1A clinical data. Yeah, that's what's up. CYT, new one. SYT. SYT, low volume, up $2.25, 54%. Does it have news? Does it have news? Report of foreign private insurer pursuant to Rule 13A. That was at 9 o'clock. Not a lot of volume. Nope, low float, 66,000 shares. It's a low float with low volume, 17,000 shares traded. Not a heck of a lot. We'll put a little alert here just in case it decides to do something. A little something. Not very liquid. Not much going on with it. But hey, it's up 54%. 54%. CTMX. We're going back to CTMX. Wrong ticker. CTMX. Let's take a look at it. And it's still in the zone. It's in the power zone. It's channeling. It's above the significant line of 373, but below 390, which is the high. And we got a top tail. We don't like top tails, ladies and gentlemen. It's all about the bottom tails. And you got a lot of topping tails here. That's not nice. But again, it is super extended on a massive run. Can't totally complain, but you do have a double top on the 5-minute candles. 5-minute candles have formed double tops, so this could be a pullback type of situation. Still up 124%, ladies and gentlemen. CTMX up 125%, and it's on a reported first quarter 2024 news and updates to happen on May 8th on a phase 1A. And the thing that I don't like about it, of course, is the float is 63 million, but that has not held it back from going up 138%, ladies and gentlemen. It's gone up 138%. Let's see if there's anything else that tickles my fancy. Is there anything else? How about BCLI? Let's see if BCLI is doing anything. BCLI. BCLI. Not schmexy. Not schmexy.
Nope.
Let's go to IMCC. Is it recovering? IMCC. Not schmexy. Not schmexy. No. Okay. All right. I see what's going on here. How about we check out Acane again? Acane, the cannabis stock. Not schmexy. And let's go back to CTMX. CTMX seems to be the only stock currently remotely somewhat interesting. So we'll keep an eye on it for a second, but it looks like it's pulling back. We needed to get over this resistance area right over here of $3.73 and then clear the high of day 390. Maybe, just maybe, it's forming an ABCD. Could it be forming an ABCD? Doubles, do you think it's forming an ABCD? I mean, it needs volume, and it's after 10 o'clock, so I'm not 100% sure that we've got an ABCD coming up, but let's give it a shot. An A to B, B to C. Over there? Right there? How about C to D? Could we get an A, B, C, D? Can I have an A, B, C, D? Can I have a witness? 373 has been broken. Resistance area number 1 has been broken. Let's change the graffiti pen. Let's show the consolidation area that had been formed right over here. So this is a key resistance area that needs to be broken. The next level that needs to be broken, if it can stay above 373, would be 390. If it tests 390, ladies and gentlemen, we would be looking at a new high of the day. HOD, baby. Hashtag HOD. Type in the chat. Hashtag HOD. HOD. HOD, high of the day. Come on, stay up. Stay above 373. Stay above 373. Give me an A, B, C, D. We have 1 million shares changing hands right now. It is certainly moving up to the resistance area of $3.90. We're back up to 135%, 135%, and it's still moving, and it's losing some momentum as it reaches the resistance point of the high of day, 390. SYT moving. SYT is moving on low volume. It is up 83%, 84%. It was a report of foreign private issuer that came out, 84%, and it is a low float stock at 66,000 shares, and volume is only 37. We will put another alert. It is currently up at 86%, not super fluid, but it is certainly moving up. So we will put another alert and go back to CTMX. Let's go back to it. CTMX. CTMX seems like a much more schmexy stock if it can break 390, and it is moving, and it is pushing, and are we going to get a new high today? It has just hit the high of day. It hit the high of day of 390 again, and it is respecting that resistance area. Let's get the graffiti pencil out, ladies and gentlemen. As it breaks it, forget about this graffiti pencil. 153%, ladies and gentlemen, 153%, but it's a top tail. Oh, no. Come on, recover. A little bit of recovery, but we did have a high of 100 and, what was it, Moms? 100, I think it was about 140 something percent, 150%, something like that. But now it seems to be going down, and this is the problem with heavily. 153% was the high, 153%, and I got to tell you, for a stock that's got a float that's thick, THICC, a lot of thickness, it was quite respectable. But I got to tell you, this is what I don't like about thick floated stocks. They can pump and flushy. Pump and flushy in one candle. Now, does it recover? We do have resistance again at the $3.90 mark, which was the former high of the day. And again, we're going to just put a little bit more of a graffiti pencil over here so you could see it, and we're going to zoom in a tad, and we're going to take a look and see if it tests the 390 mark again. And now we have another area at 420. Nice. Hey, the cannabis stocks are running 420. Oh, they were running. It may be done, and this could be the beginnings of another double top bearish pattern. It could be the beginnings of another bearish pattern right over here, right? So we had the ABCD that took off and then it rejected. So could it be that we're going to have a top and a flush? Right now it's in this zone over here. Again, let's get the other graffiti pencil and draw the zone, and it's still holding up. We certainly want it to stay above $3.73. If it can hold 373 and start moving towards 390 and break 390, we might have another leg on this sucker. If it doesn't hold the 373, it could be a double top. And it could go bearish. We don't want that. But we're seeing a lot of top tails, and we don't like top tails. We like the bottom tails. We're going to keep an eye on it. It is certainly after 10 o'clock, and volume is certainly dipping. Dippity-doo-dah, dippity-doo-dah, dippity-ay. Oh, my, it's dipping away. Okay, let's see what happens here. We want it to go up. Ladies and gentlemen, go up. We're looking for it to go up. Top tails, a lot of top tails. We're going to keep an eye on CTMX. This is a critical area. It is above 373, which is a support area that it has broken through, and hopefully it will hold above 373, and we want to see it break through resistance of 390. 390. We know that when it broke through 390, we saw a high of 420 briefly. 420. Ladies and gentlemen, 420. We're going to keep an eye on it to see how it resolves itself. Let's see if there's anything else. This is getting kind of boring. Let's go back to SYT. Very low floater stock, very low movement of the stock, but it is up. Currently 86%. 86%, not moving terribly, not very liquid, not a lot of shares. Not a lot of shares, but it is up 86%. 86%. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go take a look at IMCC. And IMCC does not look schmexy. Back to CTMX. CTMX still within the zone. And I think CTMX is definitely worth watching, because it has news and it has shown propensity of bullishness. And if it can stay within the channel, look, it's tickling the resistance area of 390 right there. It's tickling it. Come on, break the resistance. Ladies and gentlemen, will we have a break of resistance here, or will we have the beginnings of a flush? It doesn't have a lot of volume, and it could be that the bears could be taking over right here, because it is a double top, and we do have this huge top tail and a bunch of top tails here. So unless we see a break of 390, we could start seeing poor old CTMX going down. Down. And we don't want it to go down. That's not what we're rooting for. We're not rooting for that. We want it to go up. That's what we want. We're going to keep an eye on it. It's still in that channel. I don't see a heck of a lot of stocks that are really tickling my fancy per se. No, not really. GETR was another one. Let's go take a look at GETR, and we'll come back to CTMX. GETR, and it is in fact curling, and tickling the bottom of VWAP right over here. It's a 30-cent stock again. It's up 47%, and it had news that it received a $50 million financing deal. $50 million financing deal. Heavy floated stock as well at 57 million shares, and very thinly traded, and it's having difficulty breaking VWAP. Let's go back to CTMX and see if it is still in the channel. And it is still indeed in the channel, so we're going to keep an eye on it. We're going to get our graffiti pencil out again, and again we still have this channel that's still going on between 373 and 390, and it's testing 390. We need it to break through 390. It doesn't have a lot of volume, very low volume. That's not a good sign, but it is still holding up, and it is moving closer to 390. So with a little bit of volume, maybe we see a break of 390. Let's keep an eye on it. Let's see what happens. Again, not a lot of volume. It did form a double top. It did have this horrible top tail that hit 420 and then flushed right back down. We've had a lot of top tails. We don't like top tails. We like the bottom tails. But it is trying to move close to the resistance area of 390. We're going to keep an eye on it. It is the sexiest show in town. And not super schmexy, but it did have a 153% run, and it is now breaking through 390. Ladies and gentlemen, 144% on low volume, but the volume is coming in. We need a bottom tail. Is this a false breakout? Is this a bull puck? Is this a bull trap, or is it going to keep going? Again, this is a heavily floated stock, so it's going to do this very choppy motion, and it is still moving up 149%. 149%. We want to get rid of that top wick. Get rid of that top wick. 149% is the high so far. Come on now. It needs more volume. Will it get the volume that it deserves and respects? We are watching. We want to see it test 420.
420.
Come on. Is it going to be 420 day? Let's go. 420. Test the 420. Yes or no? Top tail. We don't like top tails. Let's take a look and see what it looks like at the 5-minute chart. 5 minutes. Let's see what the 5 minutes look like. And you can see that horrible dropping, that top tail right there. But it is moving. It's tantalizing. It's tantalizing. 420. We have a new higher today. 187. Ladies and gentlemen, can we have a 420? 420. 187. Oh my God, the humanity of it. The humanity of it. 187, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness. Does it halt? Is that a halt? Let's go to the 1 minute. Oh, my heart be still. No, it's not halted. It's still. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. It halted. It halted 180%, and it's a thick stock. THICC. CTMX, you thick girl. You thick, or boy, or whatever you are. Whatever you are, you are thick. There's some thickness going on. Thickness. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen. We just saw the one and only CTMX hit 187%. Ladies and gentlemen, it is in an upward halt. This is a stock that has a massive float, ladies and gentlemen. But it's moving up on news. It's moving up on news of a first quarter 2024 results, and also they're going to be updating their phase 1A clinical by the rumor sell. The news probably is my guess on May 8th. That news is coming out, and right over here we're going to take a look and give you a little bit more about the float. Again, the float is 63 million, so it's a heavy float, but the volume has now surpassed the float. Ladies and gentlemen, the volume has surpassed the float, 74 million. Not a heck of a lot of volume, but it has now gone up 187%. And yes, indeed, it is the best show in town right now. And now I'm going to say it's quite impressive, Doubles. Yeah. I would even say it's kind of schmexy. Ladies and gentlemen, it looks a little schmexy to me. Let's see if there's any other tickers that we're looking at that look schmexy. SYT, low volume, low float, SYT. Up currently 86%, not really moving. Not a lot of shares to trade. IMCC, cannabis stock. And it is in the channeling zone. Ladies and gentlemen, IMCC in the channeling zone. Let's get the graffiti pencil out and see what's going on while we wait for resumption for CTMX. CTMX is what was really schmexy. It was a little questionable for a period of time, and then it broke out. Ladies and gentlemen, you saw it on the stream. It broke out 187%, ladies and gentlemen. Now we're looking at IMCC, up 43%. This stock has already broken the 100% mark last night in after hours. It is a cannabis stock. Cannabis. We have a top wick. It's trying to hold above VWAP. We are certainly waiting for CTMX to resume from its halt. CTMX resumption. We'll put a little alert over here. A little alert so that when it starts, when it starts, we will get an alert and get a ringy dingy. And when we get a ringy dingy, we'll check it out. If you're having fun with us right now, go ahead and consider sharing. Share the stream.
Sharing is caring.
Sharing is caring. And we would really love if you share, because that would be really, really kind. And we like kindness. Yeah, kindness. Yeah. All right, let's go and see if there's any other tickers that look at all potentially interesting. Let's see over here. How about EVLV? Let's see if that one has got any promise. What did I say? EVLV. Let's see what's going on with that. Oof. Nasty. CTMX. Still in halt. We're waiting for it to resume. Please hold. Dun, dun, dun. Please hold. Wisa. No. Pally. It's coiling. It's got to do a lot better than that. I thought it was going to be a potential descending wedge over here. It is below VWAP. It is certainly curling, but not yet. Only up 25%. It gave back a lot of its gains earlier today. Let's go take a look at SOPA. Break the dishes. SOPA. And it's on up, moving up on low volume. Ladies and gentlemen, moving up on low volume. Okay, we will continue to keep on looking for something that's cooking. I made that rhyme. I'm like Muhammad Ali almost, kind of, sort of, in a weird way. CTMX. Let's go back to CTMX. Still halted, ladies and gentlemen. Still halted. WGS. WGS. Meh, meh, meh. Up 6%. Not schmexy. GETR. I'm just buying time. I want to see what CTMX does. That's what I want to see. Does it pull back and run? Does it pull back and run? Do people take profits? I bet you. I bet you that they take profits. I think so. I think so. So maybe a pullback, but then does it dip and rip up? CTMX is now active. Ladies and gentlemen, let's see what's going on with CTMX. CTMX. Oh my God, the humanity of it, 238%. 238%, ladies and gentlemen. We have a new high. 243%. Oh my God, I can't take this anymore. Give me my tissue. Oh my goodness. 243, and it halts. No, it's not halted. 243%. 243%. And we have a new high of $5.60. Will it keep pushing? It is certainly super extended. Oh! 246%. 247, 249. Can I have a 250? Can I have a witness?
Can I have a witness, please?
Okay, top tail. Top tail. Wow, that was incredible. Thank you so much. Your holy thickness. Thank you so much. You are thick, but we still love you, CTMX. Yes, indeed. Doji candle forming. Doji candle forming. We can see over here an overbought area in the RSI, but you still have juicy green candles turning red. It's a doji. There's indecisiveness. It's a battle royale between the bulls and the bears. SYT moving, SYT moving. Let's go take a look at it. Let's go take a look at the very low float stock. And it is now up 153%. It is the third bagger of the day. Ladies and gentlemen, we have some excitement going on. SYT, ladies and gentlemen. SYT, 154%, 160%. SYT is parabolic, 167%. You are seeing all the bangers with us right now. 167, and it's still pushing. 170, and we have resistance at the $4 market. Stops at 398. Do we see it keep pushing? Do we see it keep pushing? We're going to come back to you. Top tail. CTMX. Later, CTMX is pumping. It's pumping up 250%. It's up 250%, and it is trying to keep going. We do see that it is in the overbought area of the RSI, but it doesn't seem to matter. I think that they're doing a squeezy. Nice and juicy. Juicy, Lucy. Woo! You're so ridiculous, Lucy. Come on now. Come on, we got resistance at the high of the day, 585. We have another channel. I'm going to get my graffiti pen out. I'm too excited today. I'm too excited. Can I have a tissue, please? I'm going to cry. I want a tissue. I'm so excited. I'm going to cry. It's a happy cry, not a sad cry. And we've got a channel right here, and it is pulling back. You know what? It was extended. CTMX, very respectable.
Yes.
Very respectable. You're very thick, but very respectable. Let's go back to SYT. Low floater, pulling back, but we had a 170% run on SYT, and we had a 200 and more than 250%. 250% run on CTMX. Two monstrous parlays of runs, and we are seeing CYT attempting to do a ABCD. Again, not a very liquid stock, but it is certainly trying to make a move upward. We're going to go back to CTMX, and see what's going on. Does it pull back? Do we have an ABCD? Do we have an ABCD over here? Do we have an ABCD? Let's go and get the graffiti pencil out. And again, it is super duper extended. Super duper extended, but do we see an ABCD? It's trying to break through that channel of resistance currently. Does that channel become support? Again, we're looking for a potential ABCD. It is super extended, and it could very easily flush, but so far it's been consolidating. usually below resistance. You could see that happening over here. You could see it over here. And then it just breaks through. So do we have that happen again? Let's take a look at what it looks like on the 5 minute chart. 5 minute.
5 minutes.
5 minute chart. Yeah, okay, so it's a doji on the 5, a doji, and it's trying to get green. We need it to turn green and have a bottom tail because we like bottom tails.
We like the bottom.
We don't want no top tails. Bottom.
Bottom tails.
Bottom tails.
Bottom tails.
Bottom tails is where it's at. Let's go to the 1 minute and see what's going on at the 1 minute. The 1 minute. Let's see what's happening at the 1 minute, ladies and gentlemen. And it seems to be pulling back. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Listen. Gotta say, CTMX, much love, much love. SYT, much love, much love. Okay. Very respectful. Doubles, very respectful. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're not following us on the YouTube, go ahead and do what he says.
Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, as well as ring that bell icon to stay notified when new videos are uploaded, and remember to share.
Sharing is caring. And if you're not following us on x.com, aka Twitter, it's at Coach Nick Money.
At Coach Nick Money.
At Coach Nick Money. And if you want to follow us on Twitch, it's at Coach Nick Money.
At Coach Nick Money.
At Coach Nick Money. And ladies and gentlemen, if you want to join us in the Discord, where we call a lot of bangers, a lot of times, we've already called 3 bangers. We started calling things at 4 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes,
we
sir.
start at 4 a.m. and end at 8 p.m. and sometimes go later than that. What other Discord does that? Nobody. They need to take breaks, they say. They're tired. No. The grind is real, ladies and gentlemen. 99 cents for 7 days, and then $39.99 for the regular monthly charge to get the amazing Discord. Go ahead and do it. The description link, it's in the description. The link's in the
as well as the pinned comment section.
what he just said. Okay, it's Coach Nick Money.
And DBL Nick's in the house.
And the queen of stocks herself, DBL Moms. And we are out of here. Make some money. Be green, baby. Green is beautiful.